and you're watching. So happy Saturday, everybody. Hello, Doug, Shar, sitting comfortably at home. Um, Good afternoon, or I guess early evening. Mm, One of the two.
Homer's in the room.
Homer Simpson. How are things in the UK? Good, I hope. Um, so tonight is something I've never made it before. In fact, I can't recall ever having any kind of um, Filipino food at all. So it's a double first. First time making this dish, and it's the first time eating anything from Thailand. So, yeah. uh, so, um, I guess I'm just going to start by roasting up a mild chili here. I'm just going to add it into the veg for tonight. I figured, why not? Ugh. All right. Well, geez, looks like we got him coming in, armload at a time.
Natalie's here.
Hi, Natalie. Happy Saturday.
Eli.
Happy Saturday, Eli. I am just gonna kind of blister up a well ripened chili. It's mild. I'm just gonna add it into the veg. I figure, well, I guess I'll barbecue the heck out of this thing. Again, I'm not barbecuing it, but I am scorching it.
Lisa and Wild Man's in the house.
Lisa and Wildman. You guys had a great Halloween. For those of you that were here last night, I made a chocolate stout cake and a Swiss buttercream to go inside. And it's going to be a cake roll and a frozen cake at that. So we'll be getting into that here a little bit later. I'm going to try to stick to the recipes that I found. Like a lot of recipes, there's little differences here and there. So I kind of went with the ingredients that seem to be the most common. And the only thing I think that I'm doing that would be different from any of the recipes, and that's going to be, instead of using water like it suggests when you're cooking, or at least I guess it's not a suggestion, it's just part of the recipe. It just says to use water. And since this is a chicken dish, I thought, well, why couldn't I add just a little more flavor by adding chicken broth instead of just water? So we'll see how that plays out. There's also a little bit of difference in the vinegars. Every one of them called for either a white vinegar or, make sure that goes out, either a white vinegar or a cane vinegar. And, well, there's no place around here that sells cane vinegar. Maybe in one of the bigger cities, but not anywhere around us. So, what I read about cane sugar is it's sweeter and milder than a lot of other vinegars, and I figured, well, that's about this white balsamic kind of covers that same flavor profile description, so I'm going to use that.
So Eli says, I love Lechon? Lechon?
I yeah, I don't,
Not sure what that is.
yeah, I'm not
Or how to
sure.
say it.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's how we're gonna roll. Yeah, I'm not sure what that is, Eli. I'm just. All right. I'm gonna cut a little bit of veg here first before we get going too far. I'm just gonna cut up this bell pepper and some onion to go in the dinner, or not in the dinner, but as a side dish. And get those out of my way. I'm just gonna kind of, let's get that out of here. I don't like that piece. I can be that way. All right, I'm just gonna give this a nice slice up here. Nothing too fancy. Just some thin strips. And I'll just kind of keep it right on rolling. Get it all that way. Get them all. Like I'm doing a whole bushel of these or something.
Lisa says yes, that's what we do for the broth.
Okay.
Water and broth.
Oh, you've made this? Have you made this dish? Or just in general when you're using, if you're making a chicken dish instead of just water chicken broth?
So Eli said lechon, or however you say
Yeah,
it, is the whole roasted pork. I like Filipino food.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, I don't think I've. Now that you say what it is, I think I kind of recognize the name, but I've definitely seen video of it, and it sure does look really good. I'm really into that crispy outside skin and all that. Mrs. Old Guy kind of is. Ooh. She don't mention eating the skin of anything except for maybe pudding. Alright.
I don't do a lot of pork in case it's lean.
Yep. Yeah, like she'll eat pulled pork, and of course that's from a pork shoulder, which isn't lean at all. And that's just about as far as it'll go.
Yeah.
She doesn't eat bacon that much, and she won't eat sausage all that much either, depending on, what the meal is. Sometimes she'd just rather have, if it's available, like a slice of ham instead of other pork. All right.
Natalie said, I may or may not have put my Christmas tree up today, LOL.
You may or may not have, huh? Okay.
Says, hey, guys.
Hey, Homer. Welcome back. It is a good Saturday. Pretty hungry. I just ate a really thin little sandwich so far today, so a meal sounds pretty good right about now.
Okay. Eli says, I have a Filipino friend and she uses 7-Up/Sprite in some of her recipes.
Hmm. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, I'm going to get this onion sliced up, and then we'll be ready to start cooking. We might have a little extra chat time today. I don't see this, this isn't going to take all that long, around 30 minutes or so. And that's about how long everything else rice under the cupboard here. But I decided I won't use it today. Okay.
Lisa says, are you going to make rice with your dinner?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I just turned the water on for it. Got this little pepper here. I don't know what kind of heat level it has. Some that a friend gave us. And I didn't think to ask if they're hot. They're really thin-walled. There's not a lot of meat on these things. So I'm hoping that it's not too terribly hot if they are. That's why I'm like only going to go one. I'm thinking one in the vegetables. And I'm going to dice up another one and I'm going to cook it in with the chicken. And if it's really hot, then I guess it's going to be a really hot, spicy dinner.
Do you want me to try a bite?
No, let's be surprised.
Okay. Lisa says that's cool.
Surprised or not surprised, depending on how we look at it. Okay, I got another one here. Got to keep this one separate. I hope I don't mix it in there. See if I can just roll the seeds out this time. Come on. There we go. That seems to be working.
Cool.
Kind of making a mess, but it's just seeds. Great. And that works pretty well. And a little bit more. That's most of them. That's fine. I can live with that. Let's get this kind of cleaned up here. Boink. Let's get these seeds out of the way.
Eli said we stayed up hydrating until 6 a.m.
You did? Well, you must have been unusually well hydrated. Erg, hate that. Found out from my doctor. I like, how come my ear always itches, and I didn't know that there's another part of your sinuses that runs through your ear canal back into your lower sinuses. And if you're allergic to something and you get it, you can get it in there. There's no way you can ever scratch it, ever, because it's just way too inside. It's like, I want that to go away. Stop itching me. But it's not going to.
Eli said he woke up still hydrated.
You did, huh? Waking up hydrated. I haven't done that in, geez,
A long time.
really long time. In fact, waking up after still being hydrated, I think that would probably be when I was a teenager. Not that that's a good thing. Gotta watch this. That's why.
Yeah, watch it really close for a little while.
I hate that. I see a new range in our near future. Okay. Wait. Getting myself turned around. Okay. I think I got the right one. I'm hoping that it won't boil over anymore. Crossing the old fingers. Boom. Okay, so I'm just gonna get a little bit of this together. This was, it was one of those weeks where every time I went to make something or do something, I was like, I forgot to get this or I forgot to get that or whatever. And it was another trip back to the store, and it got to the point that it was really irritating. and yet, here lies another thing. You're not going to boil over, are you? Okay. This is another thing. I mean, kind of. I thought for sure that I had black peppercorns, and I don't. I wasn't going to make another trip to the store. But luckily, I have a three peppercorn blend. So I can pull out the whole half teaspoon or so of black peppercorns that I need and make it work.
Lisa said, Wild Man said that what a dry burger that got away.
A dry burger that got away?
Yeah.
I don't understand. Say that again.
Wild Man said that what a dry burger
what?
that got away.
I guess I don't understand.
And Eli asked how the Rocky Horror Show was.
It was a ton of fun. It really
Wow.
was.
Yeah.
They had 2 sold out performances. And everybody had a blast. It was amazing. It was a busy week because we had a dress rehearsal on Monday and on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday night we did the live shows. So it was a very busy week, and a little tiring,
Yeah.
Because
The show Saturday didn't start till what?
10 o'clock. So it was midnight before we even, or 12:30 before we even got out of the theater. So, yeah. So, but it was totally worth it, and just so much fun. All right, another ingredient here, a little bay leaf. There is a local small little I guess natural food grocery store down in the town below us. We don't really shop there for much of anything other than the spices.
Yeah.
Even though you look at the price of a pound of something or other, and it's $25 or $30 a pound, and you get X amount, and you look, it's like, well, that's more than I would get in like a container or a jar or can or from the grocery store.
Yeah.
And you go to ring it up, and it's like half that price. So it's so worth it just to go there to get the spices, because it just equals up to be way, way cheaper, and it's a whole lot fresher. So. All right.
Natalie wants to know, why did the man put his money in the freezer?
Because he wanted cold hard cash. I finally get one. That ain't gonna break. I guess I'll have to do it by hand. Gotta have a couple of bay leaves crushed up in there, so. Thought I'd get it with the mortar, but it didn't want to break up, so. Can you hear that?
Yeah.
Can you hear that? Can you hear this thing crunching up? Okay. I'm gonna put that right next to the berries, yeah. To the pepper berries.
I can hear a crunching or Chumley in the background snoring.
If you can hear Chumley snoring in the background. Oh! Oh. Sorry. Oh. That was my knee locking up. I hate it when it does that. So I'm going to get the first part of this chicken going. Oh, you know, I didn't set that timer, did I? It's probably been going for, what, maybe... I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. Let's say 5 minutes. So. Okay. It helps.
Yeah.
If you have some kind of timer on what you're doing. It says to use whole peppercorn. You can use cracked, but I'll go with what the recipe says. I'm not sure that would be something that I would want to eat, is just a whole black pepper, but I guess we'll see. Saw an interesting little video today, just like is short, you know, about a minute long. And I'm not going to get into super graphic details or anything, but how many of you out there know what the Civic coffee is? Anybody? Okay, about the Civic monkeys. Anybody know about those? It's like one of the most expensive coffees out there, and they all they do is feed these monkeys their coffee beans, and after they run through the monkey, they wash them and roast them, and that's what they make this coffee with. And from what I've heard, it's absolutely amazingly good coffee. And so today I saw this video of another animal that they're feeding for the same purpose. They're feeding them coffee beans, and then afterwards retrieving them. And they went from monkeys to elephants.
Eli says poop coffee.
Poop coffee. Well, now they got big poop coffee. It's not from monkeys anymore. Now they're they're making the coffee from digested coffee beans from an elephant.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be trying it.
Oh, I'm in no rush. It's I know that they couldn't sell it if there was actual manure. We'll just say that on it. But I don't think the price would agree with me. It's some of the most expensive in the world. Either one of them, I would imagine. So imagine that, just having an elephant. Yeah, I'm sorry. That was probably not something that you really wanted to hear. Okay, we're hot yet. Guess it would help if I turned it up enough that it will actually get hot.
Might help.
I suppose there's a possibility of that. Just got a couple of chicken thighs this time. Pan's a bit small for the need, but I'll make it work. I want to cook that a couple minutes on each side. So let me look at my timer here. I'll turn it over in a bit, and I'm just going to add the water in there so I get that soy sauce out of there.
Eli says he's craving Chinese food.
Are you? I do too sometimes. There's luckily a pretty decent Chinese restaurant about 38 miles from us. We're not like regulars there, but when we go out, we probably go there more times than anywhere else.
Yeah.
You know, it's just they're the one place that we've found around here that actually cares what their customers have to say and whatnot. Because I've had a couple complaints, like, oh, you didn't, this is the wrong meat, or just whatever, something would go wrong. And they're just right there to fix it for you.
Yeah.
So most of the places around here, if something's wrong, it's like, oh, geez, I'm sorry. And that's the end of it. So just about 2 minutes there. Guess I'll get one from here.
Got pictures?
Joshua, happy Saturday. Welcome in. Okay, 2 minutes on that side. And I'll need to add in the other stuff.
Smells good already.
Does.
Joshua says good to see you all.
That's nice of you to be here. Absolutely. Getting on it. Oh.
Carol here.
Hey, Carol.
Sorry I was late.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. You didn't miss nothing, really. Getting a little dinner going. Another minute on this chicken, and then I can start adding the other stuff. I'll give it a cover, and it's got to cook for like half an hour. So there's a couple of things on there that I might have done that I might do differently. Like nowhere does it say about thickening the sauce that you're left with. So I don't know if it naturally thickens itself, which some do. But I wanted the sauce to be sticky enough to where if it's not a sauce, it's a glaze. That'll work too. Yes, it will. Okay, the aroma off of there is really good. All it is the garlic and chicken, or garlic, chicken, and a little bit of soy sauce. All right, get that on there. I'm going to toss in our peppercorns. The bay leaf. Garlic. Got a little bit of oyster sauce here. And I'm going to put in, what did I write there for the oyster sauce? I'm going to go, come on. Are you in there? I'm going to put in big teaspoon of the oyster sauce. This recipe is that I'm going off of is I had to reduce it down from 6 pounds of chicken to about a pound. So some of it is a little bit of guesswork. Okay. Difficult to find cane vinegar around here, so I'm just going to use my white balsamic. And there's no way I'm going to put that much, so I'm going to put just a couple of teaspoons. Okay. And just a little bit of salt. And these chilies, or chili. Okay. Get that mixed up. Smells all right. And I'm just going to add a nice pinch of sugar. Help balance out any of the sodium. And, all right, let's turn it on. Let's give it some heat. That'd be a good start. So I definitely don't want it to boil over. I'll have to keep an eye on that. Make sure that it doesn't want to start bubbling over on me. Now that was some tough work, I'll tell you. All right. Now that I've got that going, I can get this chili ready for the veg. Scrape it off. Doesn't have to be perfect. Yeah. A little chili. So next weekend, folks, is one from the wild man himself at Crazy Food Crew. We are having some beef barley soup and BLTs. And I just don't know if I could ever think of a dinner that has the comfort food feel that would, you know, because it's two really good things, a BLT and beef barley soup. I'm looking forward to it already.
Carol said Dawn's sure has a large selection. I've even gotten mirin there.
Yeah, Dawn has mirin, but they don't have cane vinegar, at least that I saw. I might have overlooked it. I suppose there's that chance. Yeah. I've done that with other things, so. Okay. And if they don't have it, you never know. Maybe that health store there, Indigo Autumn, maybe might have them. All right, let's clean the seeds.
We did check in Delta too when we went.
Yep. We did. All right. Let's get some seeds out of y'all. Okay. Get these off here.
Natalie says if you haven't seen Corey's comedy channel, it's officially monetized this morning. That's
good,
awesome.
Good for him. I'm never going to worry about mine that much that I'm going to get monetized. If it should ever happen, that's great, but I'm not thinking that's ever going to be something that'll happen. That is good for Corey.
Yeah.
This is just a mild Anaheim, a little on the ripe side, hence the multicolor. Okay, that should make a nice veg for dinner.
Natalie says your lights are awesome, old guy.
Oh, thank you. Oh, shucks. All right. Bam. Okay, so I can move this out of the way. Get a couple more things just kind of put up and out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. Mostly. I'll leave the soy in case I want some for the rice. Let's see. Up here where the other vinegars and crap like that go. I've been thinking about doing a video where I have to use everything I have in my door to make something out of. And there's so much crap in there. I mean, a couple different kinds of soy. There's mirin. There's rice wine. There's there's mirin, but there's also I meant to say rice vinegar, chocolate sauce, mustard.
All kinds of stuff.
Yeah. It was close. Oh man. I'm not looking forward to the winter. I don't like the winter. Not even a little bit. I like the holidays, but I don't like the cold. I don't like the snow. I guess if I'm inside and I don't have to deal with it, then I like it okay, but there's only so much being inside that I can take.
So Carol says, are you going to tell us about the song about you?
The song? Well, yeah. I'll see if I can post it. I tried to get it downloaded last night, and it didn't want to do it. So, but it was the guy Jake Hudson.
Huston or something? H-U-S-D-O-N?
Hudson, yeah. H-U-S-D. Jake Hudson. Hudson.
We did share it on Facebook.
Yeah, Jake Hudson. And Carol asked that? Who asked that?
Carol.
Carol, yeah. Carol, Deb shared it too. So, but for those of you that don't know me on Facebook, I will try to post this song here at some point. So, it's about as far as I can take that one.
Lisa says, let's make a soup
Let's make a soup.
out of everything in the door.
Well, there is a lot of liquids. In fact, it's almost all entirely liquids. Just like different, like I said, different soys. There's vinegar. There's
Okay.
hot sauce. There's Worcestershire sauce.
Natalie says Jake Hudson
Mustard.
is a cool dude.
Yeah, it was
It's H-U-S-D-O-N. though.
H-U-S-D.
Huston, I
Huston.
think.
Okay. Yeah, I
I'm pretty
wasn't sure exactly how to spell it. Get my ear scratched here. I hate that. It's like it drives you crazy. You can never reach it. Ugh.
Cheryl says that's where I heard it. It would make me cry. The song.
Oh, well, I don't think so. It's not a sad song. It's not like a.
No, it's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool song.
I don't know if I could find it and post a link here.
Try it. Just go to his channel.
Well, yeah, I'll have to see if I can find it.
You can. I subscribe to him, so you should be able to just type in Jake. Okay. And then go to videos. Oh, why is it that way? It shouldn't be that way. That's odd.
I got it.
Okay, there we go. I think. Okay, it's like on the second row, I think.
I've done several of them. I don't see yours. Oh, there it is.
So I guess Mrs. Old Guy is going to post that link if you want to listen to the song at your leisure. 3 minutes left, so I'm going to start working on some veg here pretty soon.
Just to make sure that it does take you there.
Okay, good.
It does.
So that will take you to the song, folks.
Carol says if someone wrote such a great song about me, I would love it so much it would make me cry.
Well, you know, I don't want to try to detract anything from the effort, I guess, or the whatever that, even just the thought that this guy would make this song. I didn't know him from Adam.
Yep.
So just out of the clear blue was a real surprise and a happy one. But the song itself is AI generated, and so you can pick the style of music that you want it to be. Happy song, upbeat song, slow beat song. There's all jazz, you name it. All these different ways you can do it. Male or a female singer, and you give the AI something to start with, something to go on, and it generates the song for you.
Yep.
So I don't really want to take away from the fact that the guy did that for me. It was really super nice.
It was awesome.
But really anybody can go to this site and create a song about themselves or their family or what's going on in their life or whatever. So there you have it.
Eli says OG Anthem.
OG Anthem, yeah.
And Joshua wants to know how the weather's been.
Nice in the day.
Yeah.
Still kind of warm. We had one chilly day, but today is like in the mid 60s.
Yeah,
So it's
get a little bit of snow.
yeah, a little bit a couple days ago, but it didn't last long. It melted by late afternoon. It was only about a half an inch.
Yeah, not much.
So not much. So and nights are just gradually getting colder and colder. We're in the 30s now at night. So that's the world. That's how the nature of the beast. Unfortunately, get to deal with that. I don't like the snow, and I don't like the cold. I'll try to make the best of it. Like a couple of those Cousin Cletus things, and other.
Carol said she didn't know that about that song being.
Yeah, well, I guess I didn't either until um, this morning when Man from the Future sent me one that he had created, which is every bit as good as the other one.
Yeah. Man from the Future, R.E.
Greg Wells. Okay, the rice feels done. Shut that off. Just kind of let it do its thing. This chicken's got more time to go.
Carol said it was 13 yesterday morning. Joshua says 13. Wow, that's cold.
Yep. It'll get colder still. You know, I think the coldest I've seen it since we've been here is I think 3 or 4 below,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that. We don't get quite as cold as some of the higher elevations where, 14, 15, 16 below zero is nothing, pretty much normal.
Yeah.
So many, many years ago when Mrs. Old Guy and I were living out on our property at another place, I think it was Mother's Day. It was the night of Mother's Day. It started snowing. It was a beautiful day on Mother's Day. We had an awning and cooked outside, and it was really a nice, beautiful day. And that night it snowed like 4 feet and got down to like minus 17. So it was really cold, and for a while we were kind of trapped in the trailer because the aluminum poles that held up the canvas awning, of course they weren't going to hold the weight of 4 foot of snow, so that awning was right up against the door with 4 feet of snow on it. So it took a little bit to get it pushed open enough, just enough to get a blade, a knife in there, and I cut the canvas down. And once I did that, I was able to rip it down on the bottom and just moved away from up at the top. All this snow, half of it came in the trailer. Big mess, pain in the butt, but
Lisa says, "Hey Tom, I made up a song. Don't rock my crock pot."
Don't rock my crock pot.
Carol says, "Hey Lisa."
That's funny. Don't rock my crock pot. Not unless I ask you. This one. I always get confused on these stupid knobs. Which one turns on what burner? Alright, let's start getting this pan a little bit warm, ready for some veg to go in. Got about another 12 or 13 minutes on the chicken.
Smells good.
It does. I'm probably going to pull the lid off here in a couple minutes, and so it'll have time to start reducing. But I didn't want to do that until it was like almost all the way cooked, just to make sure that there's enough liquid in there to actually kind of, I guess, boil it is technically what I'm doing. Boiled chicken. Takes a lot out of you when you even just smile. I hate having such a good time. It hurts to just a little thing from Rocky Horror. That was a lot of fun.
It was.
I didn't miss any of my cues. Yay. I was happy for that. There's only one that really, really would make a huge difference, But hey, I hit them. I hit my marks on time, and I remembered my lines, so to speak. So, I was in good shape. So was the rest of the cast.
Yeah, everyone did great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Let me get that off the heat for a second. So, who's having what for dinner? Did people tell me already? No. My brother got a message from Shar earlier, and my brother are having roast beef, pot roast. Oh, I was close.
Yep.
Pot roast and carrots. I don't remember. They're having food. They're having food for dinner. I can attest to that.
Hot roast with potatoes and carrots.
Potatoes and carrots. I thought I heard carrots in there somewhere. Awesome. A little bit of salt. And a dash of pepper. Okay, a little more than a dash. 3 dashes of pepper. Slip this off for just a second. Let's get a temp check. Looking good. Looking very good. 180 degrees on them. So that's going to be a nice tender piece of chicken. Smells okay. We'll see how it tastes here in a few minutes.
Wild man had spaghetti with
Speak.
something over mozzarella sticks. Wild man had spaghetti or something over mozzarella sticks.
Spaghetti over mozzarella.
Yep.
That sounds good.
Sure. They also had sliced tomatoes too.
Ah, sliced tomatoes.
Yep.
Okay. And I imagine it was tomatoes from their garden.
It was. Because
Indeed.
they're mostly.
Who was it we were talking to? Oh, yes, one of my friends yesterday or day before called, and he lives over in the Denver area. Anyway, a freeze was coming up, and he had a bunch of green tomatoes left on his plant, and he was saying it's too bad that they're going to go to waste and whatnot. And I told him that You don't have to let them sit out there and freeze. Pick them, wrap them in some newspaper, and put them in a box, and put that box in a nice, dark, cool place. And every couple days, start checking them. They'll ripen up.
Yep.
They do. So they don't all ripen at the same time. If you got a box full, they might.
But you gotta check them often.
Yeah, you got to check them at least every day, and every one of them. You got to go through the whole box.
Yep.
Pull out the ones that are ripe, and rewrap, and put the ones that aren't back in the box. But it works. It does. It works. We've done it ourselves numerous times.
So Carol said that she had the journal pizza. Natalie says, you have a favorite show right now that you're watching?
A favorite show? Well, that's a yes and a no. I did watch the new series on Peacock, For Those About to Die, which is a series about Flavius and his son Tiberius. He's the emperor that built the Colosseum, or the what's it called now? I can't remember. The amphitheater. But so it's the story about Rome. And it has Anthony Hopkins in the first few episodes, and yeah, it's a good series. I don't know if it was only one season or if I'm now waiting for season 2. I don't know, but I like that a lot.
Yep.
And coming up next year, I don't know what month, but I also really enjoyed the Spartacus series on Stars. And boy, that's been 10 years or so ago since that series. And what about it? So there were a number of memorable characters in the series, and they took one of them and put him in a hypothetical situation, right, to make another kind of series. So based on the same thing of gladiators and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing that when it comes out.
Steve, sir?
Steve, how are you, sir? Happy Saturday. Yeehaw!
Carol said, my son, 43 years old, is really, really, really enjoying Dexter.
Dexter, huh?
And Natalie says, I'll have to check that out.
Yep. If I had to choose just one, it would be Spartacus. The Spartacus series. There's 1, 2, 3 seasons. I think there's 3 seasons, maybe 4, but 3 for sure.
Yeah, it's a good series.
Yep, it's really good.
Parts of it are gruesome.
No, very gruesome, very graphic. And there was some of my friends that didn't like it, that wouldn't watch it because of the blood and the brutality and whatnot. But I think that it shows probably more authentically what Roman life was like than the typical Hollywood, Kirk Douglas version. These gladiators, when they'd fight, it wasn't pretty. There was a lot of people got dead.
Yeah.
So, bloody spectacles were a normal thing. So you got to be able to watch that. You have to be able to handle that part of it. because there's pretty graphic kill shots, so to speak. You know, I mean, I'll let you know on one. I'm not going to go super crazy or anything, but two gladiators fighting, one sword right here across the lower jaw, cut that whole top of his head off, and before the body fell, you see that lower part, his tongue and the blood, you know, and it was just so pretty graphic, pretty gruesome. Yeah, there's a lot of people that probably would shy away from that, but
Lisa says Wild Man likes Charlie Brown shirts.
oh, I love Charlie Brown. A little angry at Apple for buying up all the Charlie Brown episodes, because you used to be able to watch Charlie Brown Halloween on regular TV, you know, on Halloween or maybe a couple days before or something. Yeah, not anymore. If you want it, you're going to want to watch it, you got to pay for it.
Yep.
And that really, you know, that kind of irks me. You know, for me, those are things that are kind of like national treasures, you know, I mean, but anyway, what I think and what other people think are usually a couple of different things, so. Alright, and add a little bit of this soy to this veg. This is coming up pretty soon here. Yeah.
Smells good.
It does. Oh. Oh, I sure like it when it does that. Lets me know I'm still alive. I want that to reduce some to help concentrate the flavor. But I don't want to reduce it too much because you can, you know, overdo it. Really? I've never heard of such a thing. So yesterday we went to town below. We had to get some dogs the food. Have to go to a Tractor Supply store, so that's in the town. It's about 40 miles from us. And you would think that it was Black Friday or something from the crowds that were there. Tractor Supply. 2 long lines. And then we went to the dollar store. Same thing. 2 really long lines.
Yeah, everywhere we went.
Walmart, the same way. It's like, what? What is the deal? It's only Halloween. What is so special that, you know, it's a Friday. It's not like, anyway. I found it a little irritating. Okay, a little more than irritating.
A lot irritating.
A lot irritating, yeah. What good does it do to complain? Apparently, none at all. Well, you could complain, but it wouldn't help. Well, that's right. All right, these veggies look pretty good to me. Shut them off. Want some of that reduced down. Okay, guys. Here's the call. Am I going to taste this and I'm going to be satisfied? I'm going to take a taste of this and see how it tastes. Do you think I'm going to like it just like it is? Or am I going to have to add something to it? Come on now. I don't want to wait all day.
Carol says Social Security checks came in early. Natalie says it's the first of the month. Usually that's when people get money. Probably that's why it's busy.
Yeah, it could be. That's the best thing I heard, as far as logical, you know.
Carol says that's such a pretty table. Thank you. It is beautiful. Natalie said add something to it.
Okay, anybody else gonna vote?
She's the only one so far.
Come on, you guys.
Carol said just right.
Just right. So we got one of each.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Char says.
Char says.
It's not Char.
Oh. Well, I guess Char doesn't say nothing on this one. Let me give it another minute here.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. I mean, do you think I'm going to have to add something to it? Yes or no?
No.
Come on. Let's have some voting here. Audience participation. I try to keep you guys involved. You know, I want you to be there in the thought making and the decision making, and it's just disappointing. Just disappointing.
Natalie says yes, LOL. Steve says sorry, my phone died. I'm doing okay. I hope you and the missus are doing well.
We are. Okay, well, we got one of each.
Yep.
It's good. It's good. But, yep, I'm going to have to add just a pinch of sugar. Help balance out the salt a little bit. Okay, so whoever says I'm going to need to add it wins an OG bonus prize. Okay, Natalie, you won the bonus OG prize. What it is, I don't know. When I figure it out, I'll tell you. Okay, I think since this is completely done, I don't want to let it reduce all the way down. So I'll just make a little slurry. Ew. A finger stirred slurry. That's what you're going to get when you come around here. A finger stirred slurry. Every time.
Natalie says you can just send me dessert through the mail. I don't know how good it will be, but just kidding.
Yeah, dessert would probably be pretty much a mess, considering how it's a frozen cake dessert.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna pull out some plates. I'm gonna throw some food on it. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Okay, guess I'll get this out of the way. Okay. So we're going to put the bird on here. Get a little sauce on there. I gotta have some sauce. Okay. Okay. This isn't the best thing to pick them up with. A little more. Stop dropping them, Tom.
Yeah, Tom. Stop dropping.
Yeah, what I said. Okay, some rice. Some of that on the top. There's your knife and fork.
Thank you.
Yep. Get a light to work here. It does it every time. Okay.
Up a little bit.
Up.
Up. There.
There we go, guys. See the steam?
Yeah.
Doesn't that look good?
It does look good.
All right, here we go.
Emily says looking good.
Okay. Little veg. A little bit of rice. And a hunk of bird. Sauce.
Carol says pretty colors.
Yay. All right, well, guess I'll see if this tastes any good. Now, I couldn't tell you if this tastes like authentic Filipino adobo because I've never had it before. But I'll tell you if it tastes good or not.
Pretty tasty.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, got a pretty tasty from Mrs. Old Guy, so there's hope for us all.
Feels good.
Why, by golly, pretty tasty is a fair whatever you call it. What is it called? A description. Yeah, all those flavors. It's definitely different, and it's really good.
Veg's good.
Is it? Yay. Woo! Bit one of them peppercorns. Yeah.
Steve wants to know if there's a food challenge coming up in the near future.
Yep. There will be. For those of you that watched on Halloween, you know that Sean from Sean and the Pack absolutely destroyed his Hell Witch. Gone in a flash. He ate it so quickly, I couldn't believe it. And so he now has won the right to come up with the next challenge. So as soon as we know what that is, we'll start. I'll start putting out notices. And we'll do it again. I will have to say though that that one on Halloween was pretty much a one-off. I let Pops off, kind of run his mouth. And same thing with the count. You know, we kind of ran our mouths a little bit. And that probably isn't going to be the case anymore. But you never know. If the count and Pops Off should ever meet, you'd probably be rest assured that colorful language will follow. If you want to call it that. Yeah, this is really good chicken.
It is.
Now I wish that I had done more.
We can do it again in the near future.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. When Don requested this, he did say, I think he intended chicken or pork. So I think maybe the next time I make this, I will try it with the pork. Because with the chicken, it sure is good. Yes, it is. Oh.
So would you get a pork loin or a pork chop or what? For the pork.
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure. I'd probably go back and look at recipes and see what cut, if it recommends. A lot of pork, if you're not careful, you'll just dry it out. That's like really the only thing that's worth smoking on a hog is the ribs and the shoulders. Everything else is too lean, and if you try to smoke it, at least till it's done, you're probably just going to dry it out. Unfortunately.
Wild man said you scared Nate.
I scared Nate. Wild man, you can't just say that and then not tell me how I scared Nate. I must know. That is really good. That was mighty tasty. Man, that was good chicken. I should have cooked 2 of those.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. Probably better that I didn't have another one ready. Because like a lot of other things, if it's the first time I've tried it and I like it, I want more, and I'll eat it till I'm just stuffed. That can make for an uncomfortable evening. So, probably best just to have the one piece.
Yeah. Nate was not ready for that cursing.
Yeah, I bet not. I bet not. There was probably a lot of people that weren't ready for it, which is probably why it won't happen again unless, like I said, for some reason, Count and I should meet up again, or Count and Pops off. That little red pepper I'm not sure if it added any heat or not. I do get a little bit of a kind of a heat, but
Not very hot.
no, not much at all. Very, very, very light heat. Well, I'll be finishing this plate for sure.
Stu said I enjoyed it being uncensored.
Well, both Pops Off and the Count have been restricted.
From doing videos together?
No, we've been restricted in our speech. And I think it was very liberating for both of them, Pops Off and the Count, to finally break out of that box.
Lisa said that you guys did a good show.
Thank you. It was fun. And it was a bit odd. Just in the fact that a lot of the other videos I've done collaboration wise. I'm the one that doesn't have a headset. And on Halloween night, I was the only one that didn't. That did. But it would be way too much of a hassle to try and move my computer speakers.
Yeah.
Pain in the ass enough to just have to move the computer around. Let alone toting around computer speakers. So, well, I'm going to run out. I'll be out of your sight for a minute. I'm going to run out and grab a cake roll. A roll of cake.
Can't forget to spin tonight, too. So.
Ow. Yep, I guess I'll do that when I come back in.
Okay. There's nobody here, little girl. It's just Daddy. She jumps out and looks like who's coming in my door.
Okay.
Guess I'll just rest this on a cookie sheet.
This thing is pretty firmly frozen. Okay. I'll get to what's in it and everything here for you guys in just a second. So, I was making this cake for my brother because it was his birthday a couple of weeks ago, and you know, said a chocolate cake, and when it's all said and done, he would have been probably happier if I had just made a regular chocolate cake and put in some regular chocolate frosting. So, sorry, Doug. Sorry. Headset warning, if you got some on, you might want to turn down the volume or slip them off your ears. It's going to get loud for a minute. Okay. It's going to take a minute. What can I say? Glad it stopped there and didn't rip down the side. That would have made such a mess. And I would be such an unhappy camper. Alright, let's get some powdered sugar in here. Sure you can see I'm measuring very carefully. Okay. Now he did say chocolate cake and chocolate frosting.
He did.
So I'm going to put some cocoa in here. Let's make it chocolate whipped cream. Give it a taste, see if it's enough. Another spoon or so. A little bit of vanilla. A little bit of vanilla in there. And as always, ouch. Come on, when you're cooking with cocoa, just a little pinch of salt. Good. I got some really cheap Irish whiskey here.
Okay.
I'm going to pour in. No, I'm not going to put in a lot. Maybe half an ounce. Not quite a full shot. Where are we at here? What's that taste like? Ooh. is good. Well, I'd eat that for $1. Now, what I would normally do is, after putting this on the cake, I'd pop it back into the freezer. Let it firm up. But I'm not going to do that because I didn't get a chance to today. Spoon. Cover this up. Nice thick chocolate whipped cream. Oh yeah.
Look at all the calories in that. Yeah.
What?
So look at all the calories in that.
Oh yeah. Can you just see them running all over?
It's gonna be good.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this is definitely not a low-cal dessert, that's for sure. It's actually a pretty rich dessert. Okay. I made 2 of these. That's why I got extra cream. So. And guess what, Carol? You're going to get one. Okay. What knife do I want to cut this thing? I guess this one. No, not that one. Sorry, guys. This little blade will work pretty good for cutting that.
Carol says, what? Why?
Why?
What and why?
Well, what is one of those?
Okay.
And why is because you live down the street and it's convenient.
She says it's not my birthday.
Well, if you don't want it, I'll give it to somebody else. Okay. Save your fork.
Yep.
I'll just try to use my finger to hold. I'm still gonna need this sticky knife.
Up there.
You see that? That center is a Swiss buttercream that has Irish cream blended in. That is a Guinness beer chocolate stout cake and a Irish whiskey fudge whipped cream.
Carol says, oh my God, thank you so much. That hurts.
You're welcome. Oh.
I'll get it. I'm gonna eat my cake first. Is it any good?
It is good.
Mm-hmm. It's a frozen cake, so it gives it a little extra chew. But this chocolate cake is like a brownie cake, so gonna be a little extra chewy no matter what.
Living my best life at 60 is here. Hello, everyone.
Well, good evening. We are just enjoying a piece of this Guinness chocolate stout cake. Filled with an Irish cream, Swiss buttercream. Does that make sense? And a whiskey chocolate whipped cream, I guess. Had some chicken adobo for the for the first time. It was delicious. Hope you all had a safe and happy holiday. I don't know if where you're at you would get trick-or-treaters, but we would never get any here. Just because we live on the highway and it's just too dangerous for any kids to be out trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
All right. And
Happy birthday to Doug. A couple weeks ago.
yep. Yum.
Char says we are having brownies for dessert with walnuts and chocolate frosting.
Ah. They're having brownies with chocolate frosting and what?
Walnuts.
And walnuts. Nice. That sounds good.
Yeah. Carol says, yum, I can't wait.
Well, shortly after we're done, I'll get the whipped cream on it and bring it down. If you don't want to serve it frozen, just let it sit out for an hour, and it won't be completely unthawed, but it'll be mostly unthawed. I've made this cake in all kinds of variations. Like this, rolled up to layered round cakes, 5, 6 layers in it, with a layer of ice cream in between. There's all kinds of fun stuff you can do with this. For those of you that do bake, you really should try to make chocolate stout cake.
Mm-hmm.
If you like brownies, I would consider this the adult beverage of brownies.
Yeah, that's really good.
It is.
Carol says, speed limit 25 here, but that's the new Zoom.
Speed limit 25, yeah. There are a few more people slowing down coming through town, but still there's way too many that speed.
Getting ready to have to deal with a whole lot less traffic too, because
Yep.
that'll be nice.
Yep. That's one thing about now, until spring, the traffic on this road is a whole lot lighter.
right, let's see if I can get up without hurting myself. And let's pull for week after next. For any late arrivals, next week is Uncle Les's, a wild man's request, which is beef barley soup and a BLT. And the week after that, get in there. Gotta turn it around. Get it so the basket opens to me. Turn my head, mix around, and grab one. I don't see any escapees.
No.
So, this one is from Jessica. Are we ready? Cheddar broccoli soup. So coming up in 2 weeks, and this kind of food is coming up perfect, right? It's getting to that time of year, so you want that warm, kind of stick to your ribs, comfort food. So cheddar broccoli soup, and that, did I say Jessica?
Yes.
Okay.
Carol says the mine guys are in a hurry, especially Friday evening.
Aha.
They're in a hurry all the time. Don't matter.
That's got just the right amount of whiskey to it without giving you an alcohol bite, but you still get the flavor. So that's really good. Even if I do say so myself.
It is delicious.
Oh, I guess I don't say so myself. Well, what else? Nothing. Just the same old grind. Hoping to get some more videos done here soon. I've been kind of laxing off the last month or so. Mostly just because of dealing with this, with my knee, and I just haven't felt like doing a whole lot as far as videos go. So, but hopefully that'll change and pull myself out of the slump, so to speak.
Carol says, "Yum, Jessica." And Scott's here. Hey, Tom and Mrs. Old Guy and chat.
Hey, Scott.
Hope you're all doing well. I missed you the last few weeks. Is this going to be the 8-hour live stream to make up for it? Just kidding.
Not even close. The only thing that came close is this week I've had 3 live streams.
Yep.
I didn't have any for 2 weeks, and this week I've had 3. So, Halloween night, which was frightful. And last night with the dessert, and now tonight. And I'm not complaining. So if I didn't like doing it, I wouldn't be here. It's pretty much that simple. So what else? What else is going on? Anything really? I'm going to, for those, I don't know how many of you have listened to the George and Pudgy episodes, but Monday night, I'll be meeting with a new cast for the next show in on Old Guy Radio Players. When I started this project, it was with the intention of making a dozen or so episodes from different genres. The first one was a sitcom, George and Pudgy Show. This next one is going to be a Western drama. So kind of think of the old radio shows like the Lone Ranger or the old Gunsmoke radio show, kind of along that lines. And After that will be a detective kind of private eye sort of show. So there's other things coming up in the works. It's just it takes a while to find the right people and then find a time when they can all get together. Sometimes it can be kind of tricky. So
Carol says, hey Tom, got to go. See you next week.
who said
Bye.
that?
Lisa.
Bye, Lisa. Thank you. Bye, Wild Man.
Scott says, "Ah, damn, I couldn't make that because I was handing out candy at the fire department."
That's
The kids
okay.
loved it.
That's okay. You can watch the replay. It's Sean in the Pack. I'm not going to give any spoilers, I guess, right? Just be quiet. You should watch it, though. It's definitely a lot different than any other live stream that's been on my channel. I'm going to tell you that right now. What else? Anything else? we got?
No, Carol
No.
says, "Oh, I bet that was fun, Scott," and then says, "Wow, wow, sounds great, Tom." And then Natalie says, "Have a good night, everyone."
Natalie, have a good night too, and thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Spending some time out of your day off or even break or whatever the case is. Thank you. I appreciate it, as I appreciate everyone coming into Old Guy's Kitchen on Saturdays when you could probably find something better to do. So,
Scott did say, speaking of old time radio shows, I've been going to bed listening to the old episodes of Coast to Coast
mhm.
AM with Art Bell.
Yep.
The sound and old style puts me to sleep.
Yep. If you like that type of stuff, there was a radio theater from the 70s called Radio Mystery Theater with E.G. Marshall, and those are top quality, really really good radio plays. They're excellent. So if you have a chance, and I'm sure you could probably find them on YouTube or other media,
Yeah.
So but you should check them out. Yep, Radio Mystery Theater. Pretty cool stuff.
Carol says, "We love you, Tom."
I love me too, Carol. I mean, what am I saying? What am I saying? Well, I'm not going to be sad, I guess, if I end a few minutes early. Will you guys be sad if I end a few minutes early? I mean, I don't want to let you down. If you want me here for the next 10 minutes or so, I'll stay and I'll flap my yap about nothing. I'm good at doing that, so.
Bacon says,
Bacon!
"What have you done with the old bearded guy that used to do this show?"
Pops Off took him over, and this is the result. I'm sorry. You should watch what happened on Halloween night, Bacon. And the picture will become pretty clear.
Carol's laughing.
Don't laugh at me. Got more cake here.
Bacon says, "I'll go hit the reruns."
Yeah, you should. It's only about a 25-minute or so live stream. It didn't last super long. Yeah, but it was a whole bunch packed into a little bit. So.
Did you lose a bet?
Did I lose a bet? No. I try not to do that. I try not to bet on things like that because it's not safe for me. It's just not safe. I screw up too much to be betting on things that I may or may not do. Just it's just not smart. You can bet your bottom dollar. If I got $1 stuck to my bottom, I don't know what I'm saying. Talking about dollar bills stuck to my bottom and stuff. This isn't right. See what happens when you turn me loose and I don't know what I'm doing? It just. Verbal diarrhea is kind of what it equates to, folks. There's no substance. That's not right. I'm sorry. If I've offended anyone, I apologize.
Bacon says I have to go back in time to find out how good that chicken was that you made.
The chicken was absolutely amazing.
It was delicious.
I've never made it before, but I'm absolutely gonna make it again.
Yeah.
That was really good. I wish I'd made more.
And pretty easy too.
Yeah, it wasn't too difficult, really. There wasn't a whole lot of ingredients that needed to go in it. Some of them weren't common to our house, but they were relatively inexpensive. The couple that I did get, so.
Carol said it was pretty bacon.
It was what?
Pretty bacon.
Pretty bacon.
Telling Bacon that your meal was pretty.
Oh, that my meal was pretty.
Yeah, all the different colors and whatnot.
Oh, yeah. Try to make it a regular smorgasbord of color. Smorgasbord of color. That doesn't make sense, does it?
Scott says random, but I went by a box of chocolate covered raisins. $8. I about fell over.
$8 for a box of chocolate covered raisins? How
That's
big of a
outrageous.
box was it? I mean, really, how big of a box was $8? Wow.
And Natalie says, would you ever want to make a cookbook if you had the opportunity to do one?
I've thought about it from time to time. Many years ago, I used to have friends over pretty frequently on Friday nights to play poker, and we kind of made it a rotating thing where somebody had to bring something for the mid-game snack where we'd all take a break and have some food and play again for a while. And I thought about making a cookbook from some of the stuff that I did for that, but I never really thought much about making a cookbook. It just seems like work.
Scott says it was like a cup and a half of chocolate raisins.
That still seems like an awful lot.
Yeah, it does. But the price of everything is outrageous now.
Well, I know it, but chocolate covered raisins. Unbelievable.
Carol says, how many pounds, Scott?
Oh!
Scott says, try ounces, LOL.
Oh.
And Carol's like, oh no. You okay?
Yeah. That it don't feel too good when it does that.
No,
I told the doctor, Doc, it hurts when I do this, and he said, then don't do that. Okay, I guess I'm going to call it good, guys. I'm going to get out of here. I will see you Saturday night, maybe Friday night. I guess it just depends on what it is that gets put up on that dessert voting this week. So, and I should get that posted either tonight or tomorrow, one or the other. So, I'm going to get on out of here, but I do want to thank everybody again for hanging out with me on a Saturday night. I'm sure there are other things that you could probably do, maybe even funner. So thanks much for that. And as always, get out and give back in your community somehow, some way. Help a neighbor, go down to a food bank and help them give out food or sort food or anything along that lines, okay? Just do something to give back. I'm going to get out of here. I'll see everybody next Saturday, maybe Friday. Bye-bye. Let's slide this in.